So yeah, this should be good to watch. LG definitely would be the favorite here, but on defense, we're going to look at no fast guns first. They're queued up on some interesting stuff right now. No Symmetra would be of note. And it looks like this is actually going to be, well, there's the change I was looking for. That's what they're going to roll with. Briscoe is going to be playing the defensive Widow. Jeffrey will be playing Reinhardt. Foe on McCree. V, a defensive Junkrat, great on this map. Casper will be including Lucio, and AGM on Mercy.
Hex, you made a fatal mistake there. It's not just Jeffrey, it's the Jeffrey. He's very clear in his name that he is the one and only Jeffrey. You gotta get it right. Meanwhile, looking at the LG side, it is going to be Esper on the Mercy. Pooks, I'm not sure he's actually a Junkrat. I feel like there's a little bit of messing around here on this roster. Teams sometimes sort of pick rosters that they're not gonna go with to start things out with, which is why it's always difficult for casters. Like, all right, let's read out rosters. Wait a second. So we're going to give this a second here to stabilize. We'll know the full LG roster in a moment. I will say this, though. Seagull almost certainly will be on Pharah. He's played a very good Pharah here at Kings Row before. I'd expect to see the same as they move forward. Enigma going to be on D.Va, and I think that is for real. Pooks on the Junkrat, Esper on Mercy, and Milo going to round things out here on the Reinhardt. So a little bit of an interesting comp here. Offensive Junkrat and Pharah being represented with a D.Va.
Yeah, it doesn't super surprise me, as Enigma's loved D.Va. He's played D.Va a lot, even since she first came out. So, I mean, he's been one of the few players to bring her back, even when she's not in the meta, which she currently isn't now. So we'll see what he can get done here.
And he's chasing that Widowmaker. Usually this is a great matchup for the D.Va, but Enigma making it work, almost taking out the Widow, knocking her off of her perch. We'll see as this works, as he's now on the stealth D.Va mission, going over the top, trying to avoid the flashbang. And Enigma being a bit of a pest in the back. Although he will be knocked out of his mecha unit. Now shooting with the pistol, trying to stay alive. Very likely about to go down. But while I was doing that, has LG been able to make a better approach here from the front? They're still in the archway, so I'm not quite sure this is going exactly how LG has planned.
No, I mean, Enigma was doing some work trying to get the Widowmaker off the perch, which is what is totally designed to do, but Milo had died before then. Seagull is going to be trying to sneak around and get some damage boosted rockets in here. And really, we'll see what happens between Gods and Frisco.
Seagull right now waiting for his opportunity. Gods, of course, is on that offensive Widow. This is a harder map to get big offensive Widow picks on, just because there's more places to hide, and usually Reinhardt can cover most of his team. But LG now making a much better approach as they move forward. The Reinhardt is charging in. Foe able to take out Esper. There will be no offensive res here, but Gods will punish Foe for that. 5v5. Milo getting in, but the resurrection coming in, going to bring up all those fallen heroes. The defense for no fast guns is back up to full strength.
Yeah, that's the super dangerous part of running that combo in the aggressive manner in which they did. Yes, the Pharah can survive, maybe get to a ledge, but then you're still dragging a Mercy behind you, and she's just easy pickings for anyone with a good hit scan weapon on the ground. Happens to be a McCree.
Yeah, and I don't think the D.Va pick has quite worked out here. I think it had potential, but I'd like to see them switch to something else, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They are going to see the 76 switch. Here comes the tire from V, not going to get anything done. Seagull immediately deflating that tire as Pharah. And speaking of Seagull about to have a barrage at the ready. I gotta imagine LG wants to explode in a moment here, and what better way than speed boosting into Pharah and getting a barrage as Milo takes out Casper. They have the offensive Junkrat tire coming in. That's just going to die right away, and even though Gods will take out AGM, the resurrection does come in for the defense, and they are holding strong right now. Soundbearer up, here they go, and V going to take out Seagull. Justice will not rain from above.
Yeah, I mean, you don't often see a Junkrat win that fight, but Gods is still trying to win this battle against Frisco, which he does. He takes out V as well, and now the Reinhardt is just getting collapsed on from all angles. Foe trying to be the hero, takes out 2.
Yeah, Foe's still in there, still in the fight. We do have AGM trying to come back in as Mercy. Does not have a res, just going to find the business end of Enigma's pulse rifle. And after switching to 76, LG able to find a way to get into a point. They will get the payload moving, but that took them a lot longer than I think they would have liked.
Yeah, Enigma be able to take off the reinforcements there. It's a nice switch, and now he's going to have his attack visor up. We'll see what they can get done in the second stage, but you're right. I think we all expected them to take that much quicker than they did. A couple key deaths by Esper there did not help the cause.
Back in my day,
yeah, and one thing that's still a little bit strange, just given the prevalence of McCree in the meta, we don't see LG running McCree at all right now in this game. Even when Enigma switched off, he went to the 76, which, again, 76 is a strong hero. I think he's underplayed, but I do wonder if they are sort of going to regret not running a McCree in this situation.
Yeah, also we've seen Enigma on a Zarya before too, and that'd be a nice combination with the Seagull pick. Yeah, that's a huge
Seagull
rocket.
Just got a beautiful pick on the Mercy in the back, landed beautiful rockets right where they needed to be, and as a result now, LG making a lot of space in the streets phase. They still have a while to go to the checkpoint. The defense will be able to regroup, but Seagull doing his best to keep people back.
Yeah, this is as zoned out as you can be on a defense right here. They're going to have to give up this card essentially for free. I think the defense knows that they can't do that if they have any semblance of wanting to have a decent time. They're going to have to push up, or they're taking so much chip on the way to this point.
All right, the defense now moving forward. Seagull, though, does have Barrage. The Earth Shatter coming down, knocks down 3 members of the defense. A beautiful Earth Shatter coming up from Milo. Now Seagull moving into the back, has Mercy in his sights, going to take her out. She just feebly shooting the pistol at Seagull, not getting a whole lot done. I think Seagull probably going to save the Barrage there, too. I mean, everyone was dead, so it still works out. But LG going to get to the next point much quicker than it took them to get the first point. In fact, that's why Seagull used the ult. He's just going to switch off characters now anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they had to contest there, right? But I think being forced to contest in the manner which they did, also LG knew that they were going to have to. They were ready for that engagement and just got the better end of it.
Well, LG now with a lot more momentum. Seagull now onto McCree, will be taking out Foe. 65 in favor of LG, and Gods in the back, relatively poised, looking for pickoffs, trying to deal with Frisco. Frisco, of course, in one of the more Widow-friendly spots in the back, going to eat one shot from Gods, has to back out. And this is a decent approach from LG here thus far.
Yeah, more patient kind of push here. Defense is going to try to initiate on it. Looks a little discoordinated on the initiation, though.
No, it absolutely is. They need to wait for a Widowmaker pick. They went in before Frisco's able to get a pick, and Gods and Milo immediately punishing. Gods punishing in the biggest of ways, getting 2, 3 pickoffs here for Gods. And Gods really going in. He took out the Mercy early in that fight. And as a result, this is looking very, very good for LG. You can't give Gods that little opening or he will make you regret it. He's going in over the top. Will take out Foe as well. And Gods right now just piling on, a huge threat coming out from LG.
Well, this is what we mentioned earlier, what we wanted to see from top-tier Widows, is not only winning Widow battles, but can you dominate a game when you're uncontested? And that's exactly what Gods has done.
Yep, Seagull able to take out the Jeffrey and his Gods piling on, taking out Mercy. LG with all momentum in the world here. Gods uncontested, turning the game into his own personal shooting gallery. As LG going to recover a lot off of sort of their anemic start to set a pretty decent time here on Kings Row.
Yeah, I mean, they're lucky they held that first point as long as they did. Otherwise, that would have been a world record kind of time. And let's just enjoy the show that Gods put on.
No, the last point here was really the God show in more ways than one. He landed every shot he needed to, and Frisco was just not having a great game at dealing with him, even when he was on the Widow. So 555 will be the time here for LG. That is a very defendable time, and it's going to be a hard time for No Fast Guns to beat. But we are in the point where we are in the round of 3, so even if this map doesn't go the way of No Fast Guns, they will have a shot for redemption.
Yeah, they showed a decent enough defense. I mean, 555 is good. It's not groundbreaking or world-breaking. I mean, we've seen 4s be standard in some some kind of metas against certain teams. I think we saw a 238 yesterday at one point. But 555 it's a beatable time. If they don't get stalled out a lot on this first point, they're going to have a good chance at this.
No, absolutely.
Let's see what they decide to run. I imagine Seagull will be on this defensive Junkrat. Seagull's defensive Junkrat on Kings is a thing of beauty. Defensive Junkrat on Kings is still very firmly in the meta. It's good to see Junkrat. It still has his place in the game. For a while, you just never saw Junkrat, but they are going to be running a defensive Symmetra, I believe, too. So it's likely going to be Pooks on the Symmetra, Seagull on the Junkrat, Esper will be playing Mercy, Milo's going to switch on to a tank like Leah Reinhardt, Enigma will be playing McCree, and Gods, why not, on that Widow.
I mean, the way Gods is playing, why not put him on Widowmaker? And I'm just going to say credit where credit is due. We talk a lot about Tavik being one of the first really notable Junkrats in maps like Kings Row, but Seagull was using Junkrat way before much of the meta as well. So this is something that Junkrat or Seagull is very comfortable on, and definitely expecting to see some good Junkrat play coming out of him. Meanwhile, though, looking at the offense coming out of the side of No Fast Guns is going to be the Jeffrey on Reinhardt, Casper on Lucio, Foe on McCree, AGM on Mercy, V on the Pharah, and Frisco going to go round things out here on the Widowmaker. And hopefully Frisco has a little bit more luck than he had last time, because Gods just absolutely had his number.
Well, I wish V the best of luck in the world trying to play Pharah against Gods' Widow. I wish him the best. I don't see it working out well for him, but I hope he has a nice one life that he's going to have before he should switch. Unless Frisco just really turns it around. Yeah. If Frisco can turn it around and eliminate the threat of Gods, then sure, V is going to have that opening. So I guess, you know, stick with your strategy until they shut it down. But God's just
here we go. They tried the sneak past Seagull's room, did not work out. A V immediately dying, and that is why you can't ignore the Junkrat in the corner. Seagull right now putting down a lot of fire. Gods with the follow-up over the top, has the double kill, including the counter snipe on the Frisco. And that was just a little bit sloppy from No Fast Guns. They went in very, very quickly, and they got punished just as fast.
Yeah, I mean, so you have to identify the problem. Problem lately has been Gods very clearly, so you kind of need some sort of answer for it. Do you think Frisco can do it and get it done on his sniper, or do you need to switch into maybe a Winston, maybe a Diva, although we didn't see that work out too well for LG. But that's clearly one of the biggest issues right now. I mean, the problem with a team like LG is they've got a lot of people you have to account for. So if you start devoting resources to kill Gods, then everyone else is going to eat apart.
They were able to get on Seagull, but they paid a heavy penalty in terms of damage as a result. Meanwhile, God shooting V out of the sky. V not successful in chasing down the Widowmakers. God's now on the double kill, looking for more, feasting in the back, going to take out Casper. And Gods has just been such a huge issue for No Fast Guns to deal with. I feel like his Widow play has leveled up a lot in recent times.
Yeah, and this was always one of the biggest questions for LG. It's why they had struggled against Cloud9 in a lot of instances, because Cloud9 could run 2 Widows where LG would struggle to really run 1 effectively. And Gods looks like he's been putting a lot of hours in on it. This has been impressive.
No, Gods has been putting on a clinic all day since the round of 128, not stopping since then. And No Fast Guns, they are slowly bleeding out on time here. You look at the time that's left, they have about 4 minutes total, and while that's still doable here on Kings Row, it's not much time that's left overall. Enigma right now with the Deadeye looking for any targets, might just do the high noon, just kidding, and save it, as Frisco going to take out Seagull's tire. But again, between the Deadeye and the tire, it's zoned back No Fast Guns and bought LG a huge amount of time.
High noon JK, they've got their teleporter up, they've got everything going for them, and Gods wins the Widow battle yet again.
Yeah, with Frisco down, this is going to be rough, but No Fast Guns has no choice. They need to get in on this point. But look at Gods in the back, able to take shot after shot. Doesn't even get hit by the Earth Shatter. He was just out of its range. And Foe looking for the Deadeye, immediately meeting Gods' Widow shot. And you have to defeat Gods to stand a chance right now. He is doing everything he wants and more for the side of LG. And a beautiful grapple shot takes out V just for good measure. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I like Frisco as a player. I think he's talented. You got to get off Widow. And you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. Your team is 5v6, essentially. He hasn't. It's not only that he's getting counter-sniped constantly by Gods. He's not, like, getting kills on the team and then Gods is killing him. He's literally done nothing for this entire first push.
Take a look at Seagull right now. Seagull just very content to spam the choke point in the hotel room. They try to go in on him, but Seagull reads it like a book. Gets the double kill. He knew the Russian was coming. He took a few steps back, dropped the mine. Seagull punishing No Fast Gun severely for trying to get through that choke point. Absolutely brutal stuff coming out from LG.
I mean, this looks really difficult. Maybe they can get a good barrage coming in over the top. They should initiate with Sound Barrier just to give them a fighting chance here. There it is.
Sound Barrier is coming out. Seagull again on the double kill. And now that they're ignoring him in this room, guess what? He's going to let rip with this tire and look to run them right over. Here comes the tire moving in. Gets the double kill. Oh man, the multiple threats that are coming through on this team. We've been talking a lot about Gods, but in that fight, it was all Seagull and Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, it's just looking brutal. He tried to break it down, they killed him, they rezzed him, they broke it down yet again, and then just killed everyone again. Gods had just kind of doing whatever he wants in it right now, goes for a huge grapple over the top. I don't think they've had to use the teleporter since it got dropped down. This is a clinic.
Oh, Enigma with the beautiful Deadeye gets a double kill. Flashbangs the Jeffrey before he gets in. Beautiful McCree play coming up from Enigma. Everything being hit right, especially the flashbang at the end. I mean, he had a very short window to actually hit Reinhardt there. He managed to hit it. And now 34 seconds remaining on this objective. A minute 30 remaining on the game clock. I am very confident in calling this first map in favor of Luminosity Gaming.
Yeah, it's like 15-0 in the last minute kills. Like, it's just been very one-sided.
Well, here comes No Fast Guns. This is their final approach here. Frisco going to get shot out of there. God's Enigma making it happen. Meanwhile, Seagull with the tire picking up 2 kills on the back line. And that is absolutely going to be GG.
It's just been all blue for a while. And yes, they didn't have an answer for Gods, but then even without that, they didn't have an answer for Seagull, they didn't have an answer for Enigma, they had no answers at all. That was as dominant as I've seen LG. You know, I don't know a ton about the team they're facing, but that's as good as I've seen them look.
No, they looked absolutely phenomenal, and we'll see if they can carry it on to the next map. Next map will be either... Oh no. With all the Gods plays, with all the Seagull plays, somehow Pook coming in here stealing play of the game. I'm not actually entirely sure. I mean, it's just amount of turrets I got in there, but Pook saying, by the way, Symmetra's here too.
Yeah, so some sentry kills and Gods and Enigma, that was just, there's no other way to say it. They just absolutely shut him down. Nothing they could do. They had no answers. They were hesitant to even try to switch into something different. Eventually, Frisco switched off into Pharah. Same result, got shot in the head by Gods. They need to, I don't know. If on them, I just shake that off. I just pretend that map didn't happen. I don't dwell on it because that was as bad as it could have gone for your offense on Kings Row.
I mean, the biggest problem that they had overall, and again, I don't want to hate on him. Frisco is a player that does have a decent pedigree, does have pretty good hit scan skill, but in the end, Gods just handed him his lunch. That went all in favor of Gods the entire time. Oh. And you can't be a competitive Widow player if you're going to get dunked on by another Widow that hard. You have to bring a higher level of play. Yeah,
that was just cyberbullying. That was brutal. And like at a certain point, it's... You know, even if he thinks that he is on the same level as Gods and could beat him, you didn't have it today, and you can't just be stubborn on it. And yesterday we saw players who we both respect as great snipers just not have it, and they got off of it. You know, Too Easy didn't have it yesterday on Widow, got off of it. It's fine. So like you have to just make those adjustments. There are other answers to a Widow, not as great as having your own Widow win those fights, but you cannot be stubborn in Overwatch and just really try to make it happen when it's clearly not happening. So, I mean...
No, but the problem is in the meta is that if you can't win the Widow v Widow fights, the answer of trying to deal with the Widow without using Widow is so hard that it's hard for teams to actually switch off of using Widow because the other options aren't super great either. No, and that's kind of the problem of Widow in the meta right now is that if your Widowmaker play is weaker, it is very hard to win games the way that you want to play them.
Right, it's less clean, but you have to do it. And you don't have to even get off the Widow, but someone needs to go onto a Winston or a Diva or something else to help you win that Widow fight so that your Widow can have your shots while they're dealing with the Diva, while they're dealing with the Winston, while something else is happening. It was very clearly the problem. If you're going to stick on Widow, give him some help. Don't make him do it by himself because he can't. So, I mean, we're going to see what they do here because we're going to see like another Widow v Widow battle, I imagine. Frisco is still queued up on that Widowmaker on defense. Casper is going to be playing Symmetra. Jeffrey on Reinhardt. Bo on McCree, AGM on Mercy, and V rounding it out on Junkrat.
Meanwhile, take a look at the LG offense as it sets up. It's going to be Gods here on the Widowmaker, Pooks on Lucio, Enigma on the Zarya, Milo on Reinhardt, and Seagull again going to be looking for hooks here on Roadhog. This has been an LG thing. They're running the Roadhog effectively in place of the McCree. Sometimes a good success, sometimes not, but it's something that they practice with, and they're going to stick with it here in the tournament today.
All right, eat a big fire strike early on. Milo already at 35% on his ult because of that fire strike.
Yeah, the one downside though, when you land a fire strike that big, you also feed the Mercy. So you feed the Reinhardt, but you do give the Mercy some ult as well. It's one of the weird things in the game where it's like, it's probably worth, but the other team gets something of it as well. A big hook though coming out from Seagull, gonna bring Reinhardt back. Reinhardt now desperately trying to stay alive, eating a lot of shield damage in the process. Not the worst look here from LG. LG still at full strength as they go in, waiting for Pook to sort of heal everyone up as they look for more positioning.
Yeah,
Frisco able to hit Paydirt, does take out Gods. It's a big pick coming out from the side of Frisco. Both teams right now trading out Poke. Enigma going to take out V. And here they go. LG now thinking they have the advantage. They're moving in a little bit more aggressively. And ult-wise, Milo already has an Earth Shatter. So Seagull will go down. Note that Esper does not have a res up quite yet. Earth Shatter, though, is going to come down. Will knock down two as Milo now going in, swinging the hammer. Some good kills from LG. They don't have it quite yet, but it's still a good start. Frisco, though, going off, has 2 kills in the back, takes out Gods again. So Gods, or Frisco perhaps taking last game a little bit personally, besting Gods twice here so far.
That defense is holding pretty good. They've got their teleporter up now, which is always crucial. Those first fights are really important for the defense to be able to hold, to get that tele down for
Seagull running afoul of a Junkrat tower. Usually Seagull is on the other end of that equation, but God's now going to get his revenge on the Frisco. Coming alive here in this game, Graviton surges out, and look at this. God's at the follow-up on that Graviton, does get 1 kill. Might not be enough though, there is Milo on the point, doesn't have as much support as he would like. But Gods might be all the support he needs here in the back, getting shot after shot, supporting Enigma.
God, Enigma's going crazy back there.
Yeah, no, you don't always see a Zarya get a triple kill, but when you're at 87% charge, you sort of have the ability to melt down faces. But here comes the Earth Shatter from the Jeffrey with authority, knocking down 2, getting 2 kills, and setting up his team to go on a 4-kill tear, as Foe going to help take out Milo in the end with the aid of V. So, again, LG, they're having some good offensive looks here, but not quite getting things done the way they want to.
Yeah, some really nice and patient play from AGM on the Mercy, too. There was a lot of deaths, but he could have brought up 1, could have brought up 2, waited for that Zarya to kind of run out of her killing spree, brought everyone back up, and actually waited for her to get trapped in a Junkrat trap. Brought everyone up, nuked her, and then the Earthshatter came down, cleaned up the rest.
Well, Milo right now does have an Earthshatter up. He's going to be looking for an opportunity. They do have to be careful of the Junkrat tire, which has a tendency to come out mid-fight. We'll see if V is able to land it, but Milo definitely the one to watch here, going to be looking to set up the team to his standards. And Big Earth Shadow has been known to take this fight time and time again. So a little bit of Junkrat smack coming in from V. And Milo right now really low. Might not be able to drop an Earth Shadow without dying. There will be the Sound Barrier though that's going to give them a little bit of extra room. But look at this, the tire is coming in. The tire not going to do anything. The tire will instead get taken out. And let's take a look at Gods. Gods took out the tire as Widow, took out the Jeffrey, but is going to find V in very close quarters. And look at V. V coming in behind Seagull. Seagull eating lots of damage from this Junkrat. And V's been a standout player right now for the defense thus far. A real rock for No Fast Guns.
Yeah, Frisco also on his redemption tour is getting a couple nice kills as both tanks were doing good work for LG. He cleaned them up, both of them. Now he's trying to get some done, but he's all alone up here. He does take out Gods in the meantime.
Enigma able to take out Frisco. And here's the thing for the defense. They were holding in really well for a while, but they don't have a teleporter up. They were not running a Symmetra. And eventually, LG was able to wear them down, but that took them quite a while. LG definitely would have liked to have gotten through there a little bit quicker.
Well, they were running the Sim for a while. They got the teleporter up. It got out of charges, so he just switched off to Casper. So, I mean, they just had to reinforce too often when able to get the charges going. And then he got killed, actually. He got hooked early on by Seagull. But they are in decent position now. They've reestablished themselves on the roof, so this is going to be a contention point for where LG has to aggress. LG has been known for being able to take high ground pretty easily, though.
Oh, Gods with the beauty of a shot, able to use the grapple shot to his advantage, takes out Frisco, sets up LG for the 6v5, and more importantly, he's protected himself as a Widowmaker now. It's going to be difficult for them to get in on him. A big hook onto Reinhardt from Seagull opens the path. The Deadeye coming out from the Creed does not quite land, and everything going LG's way right now. Grapple shot in the way. Can he get the Mercy? Oh my God! Gods getting in there, takes out the Mercy, and LG now is absolutely rolling. Gods setting up No Fast Guns to his liking.
Yeah, Frisco's even had a much better game, especially against Gods, too. It's just Gods is playing on a different level right now. And again, it's not just Gods. Enigma's had a bunch of moments. Seagull, Milo, they're on all
he set them up with the Graviton, and here comes the whole hog follow-up. They're not getting knocked away, so the damage is intense. And Seagull able to move in there with the follow-up. Very good play coming out between Seagull and Enigma there as they push forward. As LG is just going to keep the momentum going forward.
Gonna grab this point. 4:38 left there to finish out the map. Like I said, they're on all cylinders now. This is some of the most complete looking play out of Luminosity Gaming I've seen in quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they did have a rough start. Things weren't going their way. No Fast Guns definitely had some good defensive play at that first point, but No Fast Guns falling apart. And it's not all that different from what we saw back on King's Row, where No Fast Guns did have moments of brilliance on the defense, but then once they started getting rattled, it became very hard for them to reestablish control.
Yeah. V doesn't really know what he wants to run. He came up momentarily on Reaper. He does switch to Roadhog now.
Gods right now moving forward, looking for an extra pickoff. Reinhardt doing his best at shielding that, so right now God's just really content with breaking the Reinhardt shield, and why not? Oh, over the top, Frisco versus Gods in progress. Who's going to win? Gods takes a shot, has to back out. Meanwhile, Seagull right now is able to take out the Jeffrey as LG moving forward, but oh no, Seagull going to get hooked by V and will roll out and not get killed in that situation. V with a little bit of a misplay there. Seagull with a good counter. We'll see how this works out. The resurrection is up for the defense, and Frisco now coming alive over the top, has himself a double kill here thus far. God's going to get res back up. As the Widow fight is on, he does have recon set up, he does have an advantage. Pook's though giving him a little bit of poke, and Pook's going to get punished severely for trying to poke out a Widowmaker. Look at that, 1 HP right now for Frisco. You want to talk about a dangerous situation.
Well, I mean, you're Widow, so you're going to die to a lot of stuff anyway, so it's fine to just stay in there, try to get a couple more picks. Gods does eventually clean him up, but it's a pretty solid hold here for the defense. They've got some nice ultimates to work with coming up. Earthshatter can always change that game. They've got a high noon to zone out. They definitely have the ultimate advantage going forward.
Yep, No Fast Gun's able to hold out for a little bit, and honestly, team, in terms of overall time, they've stalled out for a while here on this map. They don't have to hold for another 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That is doable here on this last point. Milo going to get hooked in, although V perhaps being too aggressive, but it doesn't matter. It's the Jeffrey with the triple Earthshatter, setting up LG, and the rest of No Fast Guns knocking them down. In fact, V right now, he's looking for another hook, not gonna get it. That meteorite prop just in the way.
Well, now is up to LG because they're going to have every single ultimate they're going to want in the next push. Sound Barrier should be pretty much up, Graviton, I mean everything across the board. Here come the wall hacks first.
Yep, the recon side is up. Milo with Earthshatter. The Graviton Surge is up. This is a big moment for LG. They need to take this right now so they at least have a little bit of buffer on their defense. Milo, though, going to get stunned over the top. He goes down. The Graviton comes in, but I'm not sure the follow-up is going to be here for LG, but it is, as Enigma is his own follow-up off that Graviton. But AGM going to bring his entire team back up. That was a huge resurrection on the way. Sound Barrier coming up after the res, Beta 1 style. But here comes Milo with the Earthshatter. He got brought back to life, even though he died early, and LG is still in this fight yet, as both teams here sort of devolving to a brawl over the payload.
Yeah, right now, though, LG has the better momentum, going only 3 up for the defense as they try to trickle out. AKM trying to get there. Nope.
Mercy is like, I will save you, payload. As she gets treated to the Reinhardt axe.
Flies through a bug zapper of Zarya. Yeah, but they did stall out at some good points there. So again, they put up a decent amount of defense. It's going to be up to them to just be able to crack first point, because we thought they put up a pretty solid time defensively on King's Row and just weren't able to crack the first. So
yeah, I mean, for No Fast Guns, it's not a bad look here. Their defense is pretty good. I'm not confident their offense is going to be able to turn this in their favor, but we'll just have to see. I think No Fast Guns, they are a team that has some potential. I do think they have their bright spots.
Yeah.
Certainly, the Jeffrey landed some really good Reinhardt ults there. V and Frisco had solid contribution, but no one really at the explosive power of Gods on No Fast Guns from what I could see. There were points in that game where Gods just put the team on his back, and that was it. Just huge Widow play coming out of Gods.
Well, it seems like No Fast Guns is very momentum driven, right? On King's Row, they took the first very quickly, got through the second very quickly. Then once the momentum got halted a little bit, they just never got it back and weren't able to finish out the map. And then, you know, they're very good at holding, but once that hold breaks, they give up a lot of ground before they can finally kind of stop the bleeding. So, well, we'll see if that momentum comes to their advantage or if they can play a little more consistently here on the offense as they try to beat that time.
No, absolutely. Well, we are switching sides here. It is going to be 8:39, the time to beat. That is what No Fast Guns has to do to put on a superior performance here on Hollywood. We're going to see what the defense for LG will be here in just a moment. I expect it's going to be relatively standard. They usually do sort of stick with that here. Enigma already showing McCree. And teams not really experimenting too much on their defenses here on Hollywood. Every now and then you'll get the double builder, old school C9 style, but other than that, you'll probably see Seagull here on Junkrat, Pooks on the Symmetra, Milo on Reinhardt, Enigma on McCree, Esper on the Mercy, and Gods, don't be fooled.
You don't think
he's
Gods
messing
is
with
gonna
Diva,
run
but he's probably going to switch to everyone's favorite, or least favorite, depending on your point of view, Sniper. And there it is, Widowmaker making her grand appearance.
Yeah, pretty standard defense coming up here for Luminosity Gaming. It looks for the moment that the offense is pretty much queued up on what they're going to run. Also a pretty standard looking offense. Frisco is going to give the Widow another go. V will be playing Zarya. Foe on McCree. The Jeffrey on the Reinhardt. AGM on Widow. And Casper on Lucio. So nothing out of the ordinary from either side here. So it's kind of, it all comes down to the mechanics and the plays and the rhythm and all of that.
No, absolutely. And a big part here is going to be, will Frisco be able to land a grapple shot, go on the palm tree, get some airtime, and take out Gods? Will Gods even be in a position that's going to allow for that? The Widow v Widow battle is absolutely crucial here in this game, and Frisco's going to have to find his way the best Gods, or it's going to be a very long set here for No Fast Games, or No Fast Guns. All right, so here they go. They're going up through the building to the right. Trying to take it a little bit slow, but the Reinhardt shield just getting mercilessly taken out here. And LG playing pretty far forward. They're not letting them go as far in as they would like. They're contesting every bit as they move forward. And God's able to take out AGM early on. And that should spell the death knell of this quick first offensive push from No Fast Guns.
Yeah, Gods cleans up too. Importantly, between those two kills, Pook's got a kill in there too, so he's already at about 85% on that teleporter. Once that gets up, every push becomes subsequently harder. So already a good-looking defense here with a lot of ultimate charge for the side of Luminosity Gaming.
Recon side about to be up here for Gods. That's a huge advantage. He's going to be able to see Frisco. Oh no, Frisco. Frisco is very lucky he didn't immediately get domed. Gods knew he was going in for that shot. And taking cover by the car, a very good move there. Made that shot very hard for Frisco to actually land.
Yeah, I like this angle they're taking here. They're going to try to take the high ground. Frisco already poking. He is fearless. He doesn't have a shield on him. Doesn't have tanks in front of him at all.
Not the worst look there for Frisco. Almost took out Gods, but Frisco will get taken out. Gets knocked in the air by the concussive mine. A little bit of follow-up coming out from Gods as well. And now look at this. We're not seeing a Junkrat tire any moment. Junkrat doing so much damage in the backline. Seagull making things just very rough here for No Fast Guns. As Zarya landing in the trap. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. And No Fast Guns, we're just going to have to back up and regroup here. There's just no doubt about it.
Well, I mean, Frisco did take out Gods there right now, so they do have a small window in which Frisco could have a couple more kills. He does have his infrared sight up, which he activates right now, and be trying to take advantage of this.
Well, speaking of ultimates right now, Milo does have an Earth Shatter. He was landing some very big Earth Shatters last game. He can just drop down here, drop the hammer, and Jeffrey has to be very, very mindful of that. It's only up to Jeffrey that protects his team from this Reinhardt.
Oh, God.
And V going to go in there, takes out Milo, but oh no, Milo's rezzed, and a res Reinhardt is absolutely scary. There comes the hammer down. How many people are knocked down? Not nearly enough. The defense though still hanging in there. The tire coming out from Seagull. Will this be the push ender going in? Going to do a ton of damage to both the Zarya and the Lucio. And even though the LG defense bends a little bit here, they will not break as Enigma gets the follow through with McCree.
Yeah, so they are able to hold on defense, but I want to point out something Foe did that was probably the first time I've ever seen it. Very cool. He got in the back lines as McCree, rode the elevator with High Noon activated, and took out everyone on the cafe. It was a cute little move, didn't end up working out for him, but very entertaining.
Well, here we go. No Fast Guns struggling a little bit here. They need to get something happening. Frisco goes for the shot over the top. That is Zarya shield, and that's really smart too, because that means the other Widow can't kill you while you're going over the top like that. Just not going to happen. Well, I think if No Fast Guns wants to win this map, they have to win this next push. They don't have a whole lot of tools to do it, but they're going to have to do it all the same. And oh no, AGM gets taken out of the back. That is a horrible omen. There will be no res for the offense now. And look at this. Enigma coming in over the back, gets another kill. Jeffrey doing his best to try and keep this in here for No Fast Guns, but it is not going to be enough.
I mean, you mentioned the Zarya shield. Gods goes for a huge pick, misses it, but that's kind of just some of the small help that I wanted Frisco to have, you know, on King's Row. Even a Zarya would have been fine. There just anything to help him try to win that sniper battle. He's done much better on this map, but that was the kind of thing we were talking about.
Frisco does go for the grapple shot, takes out Pooks.
Yeah.
The problem there, of course, is that the teleporter is up. He's going to be able to get back in. The window is less than they might actually like. Gods does not get back up to the point, gets stunned by the McCree, but he's still alive, looking for the Zarya, will take out V. The Graviton Surge does come in, though, causes 3 members of LG to go down. And God's actually one of the last few people here on the point. The res is coming in from LG, but not going to be enough. As finally, No Fast Guns will get the payload. They'll be moving forward. They have about 4.5 minutes, so this is still winnable for No Fast Guns, even though it took them quite a while to get through the first point.
Yeah, they just can't really get stalled out much on the streets phase. They've got some time here. Foe picks up a late kill on Pooks. Pooks is going to switch anyway. He comes up on probably, I would imagine, Lucio. Seagull switches into a Genji.
I like the Genji pick here coming out from Seagull. We've seen him go Genji a lot in this stage, especially on defense, and it's really worthwhile. Genji has good verticality, he can use a lot of terrain to his advantage, and Dragon Blade is brutal if people are in the corridors of the streets.
Enigma takes down V with his Deadeye, but this card is moving pretty good. Foe with a nice zoning Deadeye. A good patient resurrection from Esper. Waits till that Deadeye is over.
Even though the res just went out, 2 kills for the offense coming right back. Frisco not getting quite as much down, but it doesn't matter because Foe has been going off as the offensive McCree. And now the offense with quite a bit of momentum as we move forward. The Jeffrey taking out Esper. Frisco even winning the Widow v Widow battle.
A close quarters Widow v Widow battle. He was getting chased down by Seagull to that second group. Ran into Gods, decided to snapshot him, turned around, lived through the Seagull barrage, and Seagull ended up dying too. They're pushing this car. They're getting this.
Foe with the absolutely crazy cleanup, able to just left click down Lucio, and now time-wise, you look at the time that's left here for No Fast Guns, they have 3 whole minutes to get through this last part of Hollywood. LG is in a bit of trouble after what was a very good hold on point A. They weren't able to do anything in the streets phase.
Yeah, tons of ultimates up for the offense. Of note, though, Seagull and Milo with their ultimates up, both Dragon Blade and Earthshatter respectively. And they were stalled out on King's Row in a very similar situation. Like you said, about 3 minutes left to finish out this map.
Oh, here comes Seagull in the back with the Dragon Blade flank. He was measuring the other team. The Sound Barrier, though, going to give him some trouble, as now Seagull under pressure, going to still live and get the double kill, even with the Sound Barrier up. Seagull doing what is absolutely needed to be done there. Really good play on his part to stay alive and not get stymied by that Sound Barrier.
Yeah, that is one ult down for them, though. They do have some nice ults still to work with on offense. Some time left. V is going to be close to a Graviton charge. We've seen how impactful those can be. Not quite over yet. They're fine with that reset, I think, just because they didn't have to burn ultimates and still lose the fight.
Yep, 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here. Milo right now looking for an Earthshatter. Shield about to go down. Both Reinhardt shields taking a lot of damage. Seagull did switch to the Winston here for a little bit more pressure. And a beautiful Earthshatter knocks down the entirety of the No Fast Guns offense, and Milo is feasting as a result.
Frisco dies late there too. Might slow down their next push just a little bit. Like you said, it's not quite over. Again, they didn't have to burn ultimates through there. They did use Deadeye though, but Frisco's gonna have Infrared. They're gonna have Graviton, gonna have Earthshatter. Some of the most impactful ultimates in the game. Can they coordinate them well enough?
Yeah, and No Fast Guns, this is really going to be about their last shot. They only have about a minute and a half left. They need to make something happen right now if they want to have any reasonable chance of getting through. Milo, though, going in deep, getting 2 kills before King brought deep, even deeper by the Jeffrey. Jeffrey will take out Milo. Hope it is not entirely lost here for the offense, but the defensive Sound Barrier comes out. The defense can be very aggressive off of that. And things is just not looking all that great for No Fast Guns. And let's look at Gods here in the back, looking for pickoffs. Almost got the Mercy. A little bit of unconventional position here for a Widow, but it can work out if you can land these close-range shots. Godzilla, I think, is going to have to back up and take the high ground.
Gotta get this Graviton and Earthshatter going.
No, they absolutely do. V now will be looking for an opportunity, and there is an opportunity here. They still have under a minute left. This is still doable here for No Fast Guns, but a lot is going to depend here on V, on this Graviton, and oh my goodness, Gods somehow able to get away, and he just blows the Graviton only for Gods getting him in there, and Gods is still alive. This is not quite going the way that No Fast Guns would have liked.
No, it is getting very brawly though. They do get the Sound Barrier down. Everyone is mostly alive on that cart. They have 5 up. They're going to try to clean this out, but with that Primal Rage up, he's going to be hard to finish off.
Yeah, and Gods right now does take out V. Frisco will use the Death Blossom, only takes out Gods as a result. Most of LG still relatively healthy here. They did just have the Sound Barrier out and protecting them. And look at this, Enigma now looking for the cleanup. Pretty good HP here from McCree, trying to take out Frisco. Reaper v McCree battle in progress. Earthshatter coming down from Milo to clean it out, and that should be it. Only 5 seconds remaining. GG the LG. No Fast Guns, though, making them sweat a bit on the final point.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent push. I think, you know, we talked about the impact of those high-impact ultimates, Earthshatter and Graviton, and neither of them really did enough. You know, especially the Graviton just didn't get as many people as you'd like.
No, I think if the Graviton was better, it would have been a different look entirely. It is GG. I don't like calling GG for the teams here. In this case, we usually let the teams call GG themselves. But LG has won this, and they will move on to the next round, 2-0.
It'd be nice if we had a custom game stopwatch client. Would be nice.
That would be nice.
I'm trying to channel Slasher here. You know?
I was gonna say, am I casting a Slasher?
Make my request to Blizzard while on it. But yeah, no Fast Guns. I haven't seen a lot of this team before today, but they definitely opened some eyes. They hung with LG pretty close here.
No, I mean, they're an up-and-coming team. I wouldn't quite put them on the ranks of, say, a Nubris. Nubris, of course, probably one of the best unsponsored teams, but No Fast Guns having a pretty good showing here. Even though they weren't able to beat LG, they certainly came pretty close here in Hollywood and gave LG trouble at points.
Gods, putting in some work as Tracer, because why not?
People forget that, but usually if you're a good hit scan player, something like McCream Widow, you can usually bust out a pretty good tracer as well, as long as you have the movement chops to back it up. You see Foe, of course, with the double kill there, but I'm gonna note time ran out about a minute ago. It's been over for a while. Frisco, in fact, saying GG guys, good luck. Finally, the GGs come out.
They were.
We're gonna watch LG as they move forward. And in fact, let's take a look at the bracket because it might just be Luminosity Gaming versus Reunited. And that would be huge.
Play of the game.
Get my bracket refresh going here. Milo, yeah, Milo has amazing plays throughout several games. This does not surprise me.
No, this had to be play of the game. We saw it as it happened, and this is where Milo just got everything he wanted and more. Can't ask more for an Earthshatter, knocking down an entire team like that.
Okay, so Envy has moved on. They are waiting the winner for Gale Force Esports against Street Hoops. So those teams moving on, clashing against each other. That should be a great match. Reunited, I have no results for them yet at all. But
I have 2 Easy on my friends list. I'll hit up 2 Easy, see what he's doing, see where Reunited is, see if we can get an ETA. Only if they're not in game, though. You never want to be the tournament organizer or tournament caster that messages players while they're in game, because that is one way you can get players to hate you in a hurry. Don't mess with players while they're mid-game. Let them play it out and then talk to them when they have a free moment. It's a smart way about doing things anyways. So for those who are just tuning in, this is the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly North American Cup. That was the round of 8, and we're going to be rolling right along to our semifinals. We are staying with LG the entire way, whether they get past Reunited or if Reunited wins, we'll be following that into the finals. And either way, definitely some good games ahead. Reunited versus LG, I don't really know who to favor. I know Reunited came out very, very strong yesterday against Envious. So that would sort of suggest that maybe Reunited is the team that'll take this, given sort of relative team power rankings. But Reunited is nothing else but inconsistent, and they also don't like playing on NA servers. So I could see LG taking this away from Reunited.
That's what I was going to say, too. I mean, saying they don't like playing on NA servers would be kind of an understatement. They absolutely despise, I think, playing across servers. When they've had to play against Cloud9 in different occasions, across servers, when we've had different things such as our Overkill League, they mentioned even towards the end of the games, like, I have no idea how you guys hit anything. Good job. You're great. I have no idea how you're able to play on Europe when you have to play on Europe. We just don't get it. They don't like it, but they're a strong enough team that they can go through it. I would not count them out of anything. And of course they're playing on North American servers today. It's Reunited. They play in absolutely every tournament ever. Those guys don't take a day off. They are the strongest grinding team I've ever seen, especially in Overwatch. And it's just kind of their rep. So that should be a great set. Really nice test for LG, just based on Reunited being at the top of their game right now.